championship week, chasing that ring. Give us an idea of the mind frame where this team is coming off a 12-0 regular season.
We're first off blessed and honored, but we're really excited. I feel like we're just going to try to take it as another game. The preparation is the same. Our mindset's the same. We just want to try to chase our best game.
Same thing for you, Kaidon.
Yes, sir, most definitely. We just know that New Mexico State, they are not the same team that we played at the beginning of the year, but also we are not the same team that we were at the beginning of the year. So we just got to understand that both teams going to come out and play their best, and it's going to be who prepares the best and who won it more at the end of the day.
I know going into a season, you don't have the goal of going undefeated, but you accomplished that Saturday at UTEP. For you, Tyren, what was that like, finishing that game off and coming back home 12-0 in the regular season?
It was a great feeling. Like I said, each week we win, we feel like it's a blessing because, you know, in college football, anybody can lose at any second. So anytime we get a win, we celebrate it. But just like Kaidon said, it's the guys who prepare the most each week. So we're just going to try to continue to intensify that each week as we go.
Kaidon, that was a very unique box score, 441 yards rushing, an FBS record for this Liberty football program, but not a 100-yard rusher. So how balanced was that rushing attack last week?
Yeah, it was pretty dynamic, just being able to get the ball in different ball carriers' hands and seeing what everybody can do with the ball in their hand out the backfield. Just being able to see Billy, Cooley, and James get in the end zone, that was pretty amazing.
Questions from the audience here?
Well, Kaidon, first of all, congratulations on an undefeated season. You know, just talk about just the growth of this team from the start to where we are now, because obviously going 12-0, and there were some games that could have went out of the way, but to go 12-0, just talk about the progression of the team.
Yeah, just being able to trust in each other, just holding each other accountable at all times. You know, the close games that we did have after those games, we just knew that we had to get better, come better to practice every day. I mean, Coach wanted us to practice every day like it's a championship week every week, and this week we have a real championship week, but we're going to practice just like it's been any other week because every week we practice like if we had a championship game. So just being able to stay focused and have the right mindset and just being together at all times has got us to this point.
You mentioned facing New Mexico State a second time. You know they're not the same team as they were the first time around. I know it's early in the week, but what do you know about them that maybe you've seen that they've improved in?
Yeah, they just playing way more confident, just going out and doing what they're supposed to do. They look very well prepared and just going out and being in the right positions and going out and doing what they're supposed to do, executing the game plan that they had that we could practice.
Tyren, you over 100 tackles on the season, and your defense leading the nation in interceptions. How have you seen the defense grow as the season's gone along, and to the point where, you know, a team can have all that rushing yards, but still you got to come up with some big plays at the end, and you guys have done that consistently week in, week out?
I believe the coaches have done a great job of preparing us. We're not too experienced in depth and stuff, so I would say that our coaches have done a fantastic job of preparing us over the summer to be able to have guys step up into those roles. I believe it just goes into like the process of how we face each day. Like each day at practice, each day we know there's a next level we can reach, or there's something that we can fix from last week. So just to try to chase that perfect game. So I believe that's just what's driving us.
And to lead the nation in interceptions. I mean, when you lead the nation in a category, you're doing something right. What is that secret sauce or whatever you would call it, you know, that allows you and this defense to be so good?
It's not necessarily a secret sauce. It's probably like everybody together, because it's all one piece. Like we wouldn't have those interceptions if the D-line wasn't getting pressure, or half of them were tips. So great coverage, you know, tips, and it's kind of like a team thing. It's not like the whole defense or something. I think we all share it, kind of as like we all have those interceptions. So it's every piece, D-line, linebackers, back end, they all have to be on the same page.
Tyren, what does it mean for you personally to be in this moment, to know that Friday you're playing for a conference championship, the first FBS championship in program history?
It's kind of crazy because last time they was asking about how I felt about it, I feel like I felt like I was super old because, like I said, when we first got here, we were kind of like a FCS into FBS class, and now like not being in a conference for the past few years, and now we're actually playing for like a conference championship is amazing and a blessing. So I would say more or less overwhelmed, but just blessed.
And you mentioned you're one of the old heads, as they say. But I guess it is kind of crazy to think. I mean, when you started here, this was FCS.
Yes, sir.
Now, FBS, maybe a chance to even do bigger things this year. I mean, it has got to be kind of just a special, neat feeling.
Yes, sir. God has just truly blessed this place, and all the guys that came before it, the coaches that came before it, everyone's setting us in the stone. It's just been truly a blessing and a great journey.
Guys, we have a couple of questions online. Chris, go ahead first. Chris, go ahead with your question. John Manson with C Red. Go ahead, John.
Thanks, Alan. Hey, Tyren, for you, New Mexico State, you guys faced them this week in the conference championship game. Both of you guys first year in the Conference USA. How unique is that, Pat, being first-year members of the Conference USA and playing for the Conference Championship? And also, you guys are not unfamiliar with one another, playing as independents last year, the last few years. How unique is that?
I believe it's like Kaidon would say, I think we don't ever really look at like a specific team as if like playing them, but we do know the old saying of like it's hard to beat a team twice, and they're not the same team as they were in the beginning of the year, and neither are we. So it comes down to just preparing the same way. Like these games get bigger and bigger because your record may be building, but we just try to keep it as if it's the next game. That's the only game we have, so we focus on it.
And I'll go again, Alan, if you don't mind. Kaidon, how much does it help having a guy like Vaughn Blue return to the lineup after missing so many weeks?
Oh yeah, just having Von Blue back, that most definitely helps out our offense more. Just being able to have that extra guy back in the running back room, being able to do more things with him, get him out in space, handling the ball off, and just be able to get the ball in the playmaker's hand. Von's he's one of those talented freshmen that was able to come in and get to play a lot, although he did get hurt. And just having him back, pretty sure the coaches and everybody on this team will be very excited and happy for him to be back.
Chris, we'll go to you next again.
All right, I think is it working now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. For Kaidon, what do you remember about your first meeting with Coach Chadwell when he got there, and how has your relationship grown throughout the year?
I mean, my first meeting with him was actually like with the whole team. It was a full team meeting. He came in and he was very straightforward, telling us how everything was going to be set in stone. And I mean, you couldn't do nothing but appreciate the understand how he came in with the respect and everything, just coming in and letting us know that he'd come in and change this program around even more and put us in the best positions for us. But I feel like our bond have continued to grow and just building and going to continue to build even after this season.
Chris, you good?
If I could ask.
Sorry, real quick. And how have you enjoyed playing in this offense this year with all the big numbers you've been putting up?
Oh, yeah, it's been very amazing playing in the offense, just being able to go out and do what I do, having the ball in my hand. I mean, most decisions are not honestly made on me, but the ball is in my hand so I can make any decision just with the certain reads that I have. And most reads that I have had been putting me in the right spots, and that's just a big thanks to the coaches for preparing me and the scout team that we have that gets me prepared every week, and the defense that got me better over the fall and spring ball. And just big shout out to this whole team for helping me and preparing me.
Kaidon and Tyren, if I can ask this question. Obviously, you guys have earned the right to host this championship game here at Williams Stadium. Just talk about how big that is, because obviously, to have the championship game at home is real huge, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a very supportive community and school. So just this university, I know this is just bigger than football and bigger than just this year. This goes on many years, and pretty sure there's a lot more people, probably way more excited than we are to be hosting this game. So it's just very blessed to have this opportunity.
Just like the journey, like he was saying, of not even really having a conference, and now we're, having a chance to host, or actually are hosting it. So it's just a blessing to count for this journey.
We're going to go back online. Hank, you got a question or two? You're muted.
Yeah,
there you go. Thanks.
So you guys were ranked 25th, won convincingly, and we're still 25th. Do you feel like the people that vote for the polls don't respect you guys enough?
I mean, we don't really pay attention to the polls, so I'm not too much worried about all of it.
Does it matter to you to get recognized by being in the top 25?
Yes, sir, most definitely. But at the same time, we can't do nothing about it but try to earn the respect of the people in that committee. So we just go out every week and we just play the best that we can play. We have no say-so in the polls, so we honestly just can't do nothing about none of that.
Coaches do a great job of telling us that, like he said, there's nothing that we can do that plays in the hand of that. We just face who we face that week, and we worry about who we are playing that week, and whoever we may be playing, we're going to give them our best shot.
Tyron, question for you.
Well, what does 12-0 mean to you guys? And potentially 14-0.
It's a byproduct.
That's historic.
It's a byproduct of just everything that we've put into this summer. This guy next to me, he's bled and threw up and worked just as hard as the other 130 guys. So I believe everybody's just feeling like this is what happens when you put so much work into it, and we're not doing it yet. So I feel like our story's still being written. So we're just going to continue to harp on that, taking it one day at a time.
Final question here. Tyron, neutralizing Diego Pavia, their quarterback. You played them last time, held them to a season low 170 yards rushing. What do you recall about that first time you played them, and what are the keys to keeping him in that pocket, not letting him kind of get outside the pocket?
He's a fantastic player, and I think if it's pretty much based on like how his style of play is, how their whole offense is going to play. If he's playing well, they're going to play really well. So I believe it's just being really focused, bringing your best every Saturday, but more importantly this Friday. I believe containing him is something you have to. I wouldn't say it's something you can't do, but it's something that you kind of just try to slow down. He's a really athletic guy, but I feel like our coaches have given us a good game plan, and I'm excited to see how it turns out.